The movie begins by showing a timid girl named Ishimori Yuka. She struggled to make friends in middle school, feeling lonely and lost. One fateful day, as she pondered her future high school, she encountered Remi, a classmate known for tormenting her. As expected, Remi pushed Yuka to the ground and ridiculed her for choosing a less popular school filled with losers. Yuka endured the insult quietly, clenching her fists in frustration. Not long after, Yuka noticed a charming boy named Kai, who stood out with his vibrant lemon-colored hair and always carried a bottle of lemon soda. Kai approached Yuka, trying to uplift her spirits, gently shaking his lemon soda bottle. He even suggested that Yuka attend the same high school as him. Hope flickered in Yuka's heart, imagining a life free from bullying in a new school. In a nutshell, Yuka got accepted into the same high school as Kai. Pedaling her bicycle, she welcomed her first day with a hopeful smile, believing that her new school would bring better days. Meanwhile, Kai's arrival at the high school instantly drew everyone's attention. However, his popularity sparked jealousy and mockery among the other students. Kai retaliated by playfully splashing lemon soda on his detractors. Unfortunately, Yuka, passing by at the wrong moment, became an unintended target, and her uniform got soaked. Surprised to see Yuka enrolling in the same school, Kai's expression turned to astonishment. Yuka embarked on her high school journey, gradually opening up and conversing with her new classmates. But her joy was short-lived when she discovered that Remi had also ended up in the same school. In the school corridor, Remi resumed her mocking antics, nicknaming Yuka Stone due to her silent responses. The bullying persisted, with Yuka's belongings consistently finding their way into the trash. Yet again, Yuka lacked the courage to fight back. Concerned about Yuka's predicament, Kai encouraged her to speak up, urging her to find the strength to confront or seek help against the bullies, even if she felt incapable. Upon hearing Kai's offer, Yuka tightly clenched her hand, struggling to contain her emotions. It wasn't that she didn't want help, she simply didn't want to burden others with her problems. Consequently, she chose silence, believing herself to be as unyielding as a stone. The following day, Yuka found herself face to face with Remi and her friends once again, this time in a secluded corner of the school. Remi demanded that Yuka buy her some food, but Yuka responded with her characteristic silence, resembling an immovable stone. Enraged, Remi pushed her to the ground, causing a scene that caught the attention of other students, including Kai. Witnessing Yuka's recurring torment, Kai crouched beside her, his eyes filled with pity. He assured Yuka that he was willing to help if she needed it. Unable to endure the suffering any longer, Yuka finally burst into tears and pleaded for Kai's assistance. Kai gently patted Yuka's head, soothing her distress. Then, he rose to his feet and sternly warned Remi and her gang never to harass Yuka again, threatening them with consequences if they dared to defy his words. Without uttering a single sound, Remi left in a huff. From that moment on, Yuka could finally experience peaceful days. In fact, she gained 3 new friends who were also friends of Kai: Ayumi Endo, Satoru Sido, and Tomoya Takamine. One afternoon in the classroom, as Kai appeared to be deeply asleep in his seat, Yuka engaged in cheerful conversations with her newfound friends. Curiosity got the better of them, and they interrogated Yuka about her choice to attend their school. Yuka openly shared her painful middle school experiences, confessing that she had been relentlessly bullied, which left her friendless and made going to school an unpleasant ordeal. That's why she had adopted the stoic demeanor of a rock, to shield her own heart and spare others from hurt. However, someone had rekindled her spirit, igniting her determination to change and live a normal high school life, just like any other teenager. Little did Yuka know, Kai, who had been feigning sleep, had overheard her heartfelt words. One eventful day, the teacher rearranged the classroom seating, and by luck, Yuka ended up sitting next to Kai in the front row. From then on, Kai discovered Yuka's intelligence, giving him an idea. During class, Kai made an announcement, claiming that anyone who befriended Yuka would surely see an improvement in their grades. His classmates believed his words, and they started reaching out to Yuka, forming friendships. Yuka no longer felt alone because Kai was always there to assist her, and her classmates warmly greeted her. Observing the attention Kai showered upon Yuka, Tomoya suspected that Kai might have special feelings for her. However, Kai refused to acknowledge it. Unbeknownst to others, behind Kai's helpful nature, he harbored a secret in his life. One afternoon, Kai invited Yuka to join his friends at a cafe for a study session. With exams approaching, Kai and his friends relied on Yuka to explain the exam material. They gathered to support each other in their studies. Not long after, a girl named Serena, accompanied by her 2 friends, approached their group. Serena happened to be Kai's ex-girlfriend, and though they had broken up, they remained on good terms. However, one of Serena's friends insulted Yuka, deeming her unworthy of sitting next to Kai. This remark enraged Serena, who promptly grabbed a glass and poured its contents onto her friend. Serena then apologized to Yuka for her friend's outrageous behavior. However, the following day on the school rooftop, Serena found herself surrounded by her friends, demanding an apology for her irritating actions. Feeling innocent, Serena adamantly refused to comply. The situation grew tense, to the point where one of them was about to strike Serena. At that critical moment, Yuka appeared, accidentally witnessing the scene. Yuka chose to stand up for Serena, defending her against the angry group. Fortunately, Kai arrived and joined the defense, prompting the aggressors to retreat, realizing the situation was not in their favor. On the school rooftop, Yuka couldn't help but notice the bond between Kai and Serena. She became aware that Kai still held a special place for Serena, even though she remained unaware of the reasons behind their breakup. Nevertheless, Yuka's newfound insecurity grew, feeling inadequate in comparison to the beautiful Serena. One afternoon, during a conversation with Serena and Ayumi, Yuka learned about the initial encounter between Kai and Serena. In middle school, Serena had endured severe bullying from her friends, surpassing the torment Yuka had faced. In those dark moments, Kai came to Serena's defense, always ready to stand up against injustice. Since then, Serena had relied on Kai's protection, but she also realized the need for personal growth, understanding that she couldn't always depend on others. This realization ultimately led to their breakup. Serena reassured Yuka that their connection was no longer special. However, Yuka remained unconvinced, suspecting that Serena still harbored feelings for Kai. As a result, Yuka began to distance herself from Kai, offering no explanation for her sudden change in attitude. Nevertheless, Kai persisted in his efforts to approach her, refusing to give up. It wasn't until they crossed paths at a festival that Kai confronted Yuka, seeking an explanation for her coldness. Yuka maintained her silence, behaving as unyielding as a rock. However, Kai remained undeterred. He gently took hold of Yuka's hands, gazing into her eyes, and expressed his perception of her. Despite her stony facade, in his eyes, Yuka shone like a precious gemstone. These heartfelt words moved Yuka to tears, and once again, Kai comforted her, soothing her sorrow. It was in that moment that Yuka finally recognized her deep love for Kai. Several days had passed since the festival, and Yuka remained unaware of the two different lives Kai led. It turned out that Kai worked as a part-time bartender at a bar during the night to support himself, living alone. However, the strain of his busy schedule had taken a toll on his health, leaving him sick and unable to attend school. Worried about Kai, Yuka mustered the courage to visit him after school. Upon arriving at Kai's apartment, Yuka discovered him in a serious condition, overcome by a high fever that caused him to faint. Yuka immediately tended to him, preparing and serving a comforting bowl of porridge. Throughout the day, as Yuka cared for Kai, she realized that she had never seen his parents. Kai explained that they were living abroad. In summary, Kai eventually recovered from his illness and returned to school. However, wherever Kai went, he would always be surrounded by girls who sought his attention. This growing popularity sparked insecurity within Yuka. Tomoya also noticed this and reprimanded Kai, warning him that his popularity could become a hindrance to his relationship with Yuka. In an attempt to express his feelings, Kai wrote a heartfelt message in Yuka's notebook, assuring her that he would always need her presence and would search for her wherever she went. Despite his efforts, Yuka's lack of confidence still prevented her from fully embracing a relationship with Kai. Following Ayumi's advice to express her feelings, Yuka mustered the courage to confess her love to Kai. To her surprise, Kai responded by kissing her on the lips. From that moment on, they proudly displayed their close relationship in front of their school friends. However, some friends doubted their compatibility, claiming that Yuka didn't deserve to be Kai's partner. In response, Kai defended Yuka, openly declaring to everyone that they were officially dating. As days passed, Yuka and Kai's relationship grew stronger. They spent ample time together, studying and visiting their favorite places. However, their intimacy was short-lived. When Yuka wrote a question in Kai's journal about his family background, his demeanor immediately changed. Kai seemed to avoid addressing the question, refusing to discuss his family matters with anyone, even Yuka, his beloved partner. This strained their relationship, leading Kai to become withdrawn and distant from his friends. Concerned about Kai's change in behavior, Tomoya decided to confide in Yuka, revealing Kai's part-time job as a bartender. Yuka, driven by worry, hurried to the bar where Kai worked. Upon seeing Yuka at the entrance, Kai swiftly pulled her away from the place. Yuka demanded an explanation as to why Kai had kept his job a secret, believing that being a bartender was not a bad thing. However, Kai held a different perspective, considering the bar to belong to the nightlife, a world he deemed unsuitable for Yuka. Yuka couldn't accept Kai's reasoning, firmly believing that she had the right to know where Kai was, regardless of the circumstances. On the other hand, Kai felt uncomfortable with Yuka's perceived intrusion into his life. Without providing any further explanations, Kai left Yuka in a state of confusion. On Christmas Eve, Yuka and her friends joyfully celebrated, although Kai couldn't join them due to work commitments. However, when Kai saw Yuka's photos on social media, capturing their happy moments together, his heart was deeply moved. In that moment, Kai realized the immense significance of Yuka's presence in his life. Driven by this realization, Kai abruptly left his job and set out to find Yuka. Unfortunately, upon arriving at the Christmas Eve celebration, he discovered that Yuka had already left the place. Only his friends remained. In the presence of his friends, Kai expressed his heartfelt apologies for keeping his personal life a secret from them. Understanding his reasons, his friends reassured Kai of their understanding and support. They informed him that Yuka was heading towards the location where they had first met. Borrowing Satoru's bicycle, Kai swiftly pursued Yuka. Finally, at the culmination of the story, Kai reached his destination. Moments later, he encountered Yuka, and in response to the question she had posed in his journal earlier, he began to write his answer. Through tearful eyes, Kai revealed that his mother had passed away when he was 3 years old, while his father had disappeared during his final year of middle school. Since then, he had been living alone, harboring a fear that those he loved would leave him behind. With this newfound understanding, Yuka made a promise to always stand by Kai's side, no matter the circumstances. The film concludes, leaving their future path ahead, united in their love and commitment to one another. The moral of the story is never underestimate the power of lemon soda in bringing people together.